when I broke my leg down, I wrote a lot of goals down.
Hmm.
I made a lot of steps in my career at a certain age when I should make the step. And looking back at that book now, I wrote down in that book that at 28 years old, I had to be at the level for playing in a team like Barcelona. And here, and this is this is how precise the law of attraction works.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Instagram Live with David Dang. And today I invited a really, really cool guest for all of you. This is a little bit different than my usual guest. He is a professional footballer, and well, he's a Danish professional footballer who plays for Spanish club Barcelona. And he also played for the Denmark national team. Can anybody guess who I'm talking about? Okay, let me see. It is Martin Braithwaite. I'll invite him on. Hello, Martin.
David, what's up? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. How are you doing?
I'm really good. I can't complain. Life is good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so yeah, can you talk a little bit about your origin story? What made you decide to become a professional footballer, and how difficult was the journey? Can you share that with my audience?
Of course, when you have a lot of success in life, people only see the success and they don't see all the struggle behind it. From a really early age, I had a hip disease known as Calvi-Perdes, which means that I had to sit in a wheelchair for 2 years, and from the age 5 to 7. And actually, I already fell in love with football before that, so it was a really hard time in my life. And to be honest, I don't have so much memories from that moment, because I think it was such an unhappy moment in my life that my brain erased that period of my life. But after that, I just been working hard, and I thank God every day that I'm healthy and living my dreams.
That's awesome. Okay, and let's see. I'm not sure many people know this, but you broke your leg in 2011, and you say it was one of the best thing that happened to you. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I broke my leg, and obviously, when you're an athlete and you break a leg, it's not so good news. So I went home. I was frustrated, and after a couple of days, I couldn't do anything. I was stuck in a bed, so I had a lot of time alone, and I really started thinking a lot about my whole life and what I was doing and about my goals and my dreams. And that was the moment where I realized that the mind is everything. I started to write my goal down, and I started to be really intense in everything I did with the mind. And I realized that I'm really, really blessed. I'm so lucky that I'm a professional athlete. I'm doing what I love to do, but I feel that I could do so much more than what I was doing. And
Hmm.
whenever I came back from my injury, I was gonna dedicate my whole life to achieving my dreams. Not only when I went to training, like everything I did in 24 hours, it was to make myself a better footballer and to go and achieve all my goals and dreams.
So that experience when you broke your leg, it helped you realize that your mindset, if you put your mind into something, you can achieve anything you set your mind into. Right? Okay, that's awesome. And earlier this year, you transferred from Leganes to Barcelona, which is one of the best football club in the world. I remember not because I'm a fan of Barcelona, but it was also a very unique transfer because it was outside of the transfer windows. Can you talk a little bit about that and what's going on behind the scene?
Yeah. Uh, First of all, I want to continue my story from before. When I broke my leg down, I wrote a lot of goals down.
Hmm.
I made a lot of steps in my career at a certain age when I should make the step. And looking back at that book now, I wrote down in that book that at 28 years old, I had to be at the level for playing in a team like Barcelona. And here, and this is how precise the law of attraction works. I'm a huge believer in law of attraction, and when you put something down on paper, it's great to see how everything can just turn into a simple thing that you wrote down.
Mm-hmm.
But to go back to Barcelona, it was maybe one of the biggest news in sports in that entire moment. And it was a surprise for a lot of people because it was outside the transfers window, which means in football, usually you can't transfer any people in that moment. Leading up to this situation, I tried to test gratitude. I said to myself, I want to be walking around with a frequency, with a state, just being grateful for everything. And I quickly realized things, like amazing things, start to happen in my life and go my way. Suddenly, out of the blue, I was getting a trophy from my current club in Leganes for the Player of the Month. I get a call from my agent that a lot of things is getting really serious with Barcelona. Everything happening out of the blue after a couple of days. So I saw that the frequency that I was vibrating on, it's like all the things just came to me effortless without me trying to take control of what is going to happen in my life.
Yeah.
Everything effortless, and there was no resistance in what I was attracting in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a huge experience for me, and it gave me more belief because I literally moved a mountain.
Yeah.
Because the way I came to this club, I was not supposed to came to this club. Because if you look at the rules, this don't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I realized in life, you'll never know the road to get to your goal. You'll never know it.
Yeah.
The only thing you have to do, you put in the work and you see the end result.
Mm-hmm.
Universe and God is going to provide the rest for you. You cannot decide and control how is it supposed to go because everyone's journey is different.
Yeah, I agree. That's amazing. Okay, it seems like you're a big believer in law of attraction. How did you first discover that?
I actually had my uncle. My uncle, he was telling me a lot about the law of attraction from
Yeah.
really. And in the start, I didn't really get hooked. He didn't really get me hooked.
Yeah.
But it also started while I was injured when I broke my leg. And I think for people who are new in this and also people who have done it for a long time, it comes with success when you have put something in your mind that you want to attract and you see that you can attract it down to the smallest detail.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine it in your head. Then it gives you this belief that it's working and you can see actually you have a enormous control of your life. Because a lot of people are walking around victims of their own life. They feel they're not in control in their own life. And it's also quite difficult to take that responsibility of your life because it's not only when things go good you take the responsibility, it's also the things that go bad. And a lot of people, they're not able to say to themselves that they are the reason that the bad things also happen in their life.
Yeah.
But I took that responsibility.
Yeah.
And that helps me to wake up every day and feel powerful and feel completely in control of my own life.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. Mindset is everything. It's definitely the key to success, in my opinion. It doesn't matter what resource you have, who you know, or what experience you have. If you have the right mindset, if you set your mind to whatever that you want to achieve, you can get it. You need the right mindset. I totally agree with you. And law of attraction is something I truly believe in as well. Okay, and I'm sure in your journey to success, there are a lot of doubters who doubted you, who say things like you're not going to succeed, you're not good enough. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, of course. In football, it's not easy, but I think everyone in life, they have doubters. They'll have people who are talking about them that on social media, in school. But of course, as an athlete, it's a bit different because you're a public figure. So it's not just your classmates or the neighbor who's talking about you. It's the TV. When you open the papers, they're talking about you.
Yeah.
But in the end, everyone would always have an opinion of you. This is nothing personal to do with you, and you also have to think about where's those opinion coming from. You have people who will give you good critique, who will actually be trying to help you.
Yeah.
Then you have people who are just jealous and they're gonna try to hurt you. And then you have people who are just putting themselves in your situation, and it's reflecting their own beliefs that they wouldn't believe they could do it themselves, so they don't think that you can do it too.
Yeah.
And in the end of the day, I create my own reality, no one else. So no matter what everyone else thinks, it doesn't matter, because I'm in control of my life. And it's really important to have that faith and believe in yourself. Because when you start listening too much to people's opinion, suddenly this also becomes your own opinion of yourself and your self-image. And your self-image control what you're going to attract in your life. So it's really important that you're staying true to yourself and you really believe in those things that you want to achieve, and you tell it to yourself every day.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, it kind of reminds me of something Gary Vaynerchuk said. Not sure if you're aware of him. I'm a big fan of Gary Vaynerchuk as well. Something he said about how he deal with haters is that he just feel empathy, like he feel bad for those people because they must be in a really bad situation and environment for them to spit out poison and the hates like that towards somebody they don't even know much about. So, like, yeah, Gary Vee says he's a feel bad for those people. But I love your perspective. And beside football, I see that you have a number of interests off the field, specifically business. Where does this interest come from?
Comes from my family, definitely. Luckily, I have a fantastic uncle. He's like my brother's brother. We got 7 years different. He's 7 years older than me. And I would say he's like me, but just in real estate, obsessed about being the best. He want to develop time, and we have the same mindset. So since we were young, we used to talk about all these amazing things we want to get. We want to have skyscrapers, buildings, want to do amazing things. And it's also, when you're an athlete, it's not your whole career you're playing. You have maybe 15 years. So important that you also take care of your income and not just spend everything. You need to build something for the future and always think long term. And in my life, I don't only want to think about myself. I want to think about my kids, my grandchildren. How can they benefit from what I've done in my life?
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I think the statistics show that most athletes that would go bankrupt within 5 years after they retired. So I think it's really amazing that you're planning for retirement and you're shifting like into the business world as well. That's really awesome. And how did you learn? You say you learned it from your family. You got it from your family. But regarding investing in real estate, do you have any advice for someone, for beginners, someone who has some money who looking to invest? Do you have any tips for those people?
You need to, like, it depends if you're gonna invest yourself. If you're gonna put your money with someone who's gonna help you, because sure of the people and trust the people that, like, you have to see the results they've had in their life. You have to be able to know if you can trust them or not. It's really difficult. And I'm like, my hard-earned money, I'm not gonna put them in the hands of everyone. So I'm really careful about that. But that's the thing. I have family who is really amazing. My uncle is really amazing, and we are really, really tight. And he's in the real estate business, so we're doing a lot of things together. And I'm sure that people are gonna hear a lot about our business in the future.
That's awesome. Okay, and I see on your social media that you are quite a reader yourself as well. Which book has the most impact in your life and your career?
I would say, but it was not a book; it was a documentary.
Okay.
The Secret just opened my eyes for all the things that I'm reading now. That's not really the book that got me the most hooked and where I got the most knowledge, but a book like Think and Grow Rich,
Mm-hmm.
book that I've read several times, and I think I'll keep reading it the rest of my time. And there's so many books out there
Yeah.
who will through different situations in your life. There's another
Mm-hmm.
book called The Obstacle Way, explaining about a lot of people who have actually used an obstacle
Mm-hmm.
and it into their advantage.
Yeah.
I really believe in that, and I look at obstacles in that kind of way now. Like whenever there's some kind of obstacle, I'm looking at it like, how can I turn it into my advantage? What can I learn from this experience?
Yeah.
And I think it's really good way to look at things, because a lot of people when they reach the wall, they're just gonna turn around and walk the other way,
Mm-hmm.
not trying to figure a way to climb the wall or break it down. That's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm. So I know you have read a lot of books. What are your top 5 books that you think anybody should read in order to succeed in life?
Good question. I mentioned Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
You have Psycho-Cybernetics. It's another book that I feel is a must read. You have to read it.
Okay.
Mm, the Obstacle Way. But there's so many books. I would say that's personally my top 3. But
Okay. Yeah.
there's so many books out there,
Yeah.
and
For sure.
on and recommend so many books because there's so many books who have touched me. But I was I was not a big reader when I was young. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
like I didn't really like to read. It was not before I was 18 that I really started to read books a lot. So a lot of people, they say I'm not a reader, but I was not a reader. If you can find a guy who's not a reader, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
When I got into finding ways to grow myself as a person,
Yeah.
I think that books is the most valuable thing that I have in my house. Like, for me, the most valuable thing is my books.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I was definitely not a reader when I was younger as well. But in my late teenage years, I just happened to read a few books that were shifted my mindset a little bit in a very positive way, which completely changed the way how I view the world. And yeah, reading is definitely something. All successful people like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, or Elon Musk, they all recommend people to read. If they were to ask for an advice to succeed in life, they all would say read books. So yeah, reading book is something I did not enjoy at all when I was younger, but now I try to read every day if I can. So if you were to go back in time and give your 20 years old self a piece of advice that would fast track your success, what would that piece of advice be?
I would say believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and set your goals extremely high. Put
Mm-hmm.
your goals really high. Say, write your goals down every day.
Yeah,
Say every day, because I think even now sometimes I have to tell myself you need to aim higher,
yeah,
because you don't realize how fast things can go in life and how
mm-hmm.
much you achieve. Because during my whole life, I have done so much more than that anyone thought that I was capable of doing.
Yeah,
Sometimes you don't really have to limit yourself to what people think you can do, because
mm-hmm.
sometimes you get in your head and you're writing down a goal and you're trying to say what's realistic. I've learned that nothing is realistic. You have to
Yeah,
put outrageous goal down, because you might reach your goals. So why not aim for the start? Even if you fall out short, it's still amazing what you have done.
yeah,
So that's how I look at it.
yeah. So it's like aim for the moon so that even if you miss, you land among the stars, right?
Exactly. That's it. That's it.
That's awesome. Okay, so well, this is kind of off-topic question here. How does it feel like to play along Lionel Messi, the like one of the best footballer in history? What is the experience like?
I'm extremely grateful. He
Mhm.
is one of the best footballer ever in the history, if it's not the best. And I'm really lucky to be playing along him, and I'm just grateful every day to be able to be next to him and look at him train and play with him. and also just to study how he plays, because he's so amazing.
That's great to hear. Okay, and so what's next for you regarding football as well as business? What is your next goal?
So right now, the season is about to start on Sunday, and we're gonna play for a lot of titles. So the goal is to win all the titles possible.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing for me. I want to win everything that's possible to win, and that's also what people expect of this club. So that's what I'm thinking about every day, from I wake up to I goes to sleep, just to improve myself, to make myself better. From a business point of view, I would like to go and visit our first building that we are building right now, but with the COVID and everything, it's not that easy.
Yeah.
So that's in the near future, and I just want to follow my dreams and keep working hard, because I know there's so many good things ahead, and I just can't wait to be there physically to experience everything.
That's amazing. Okay. Yeah, I know you're busy. You don't have a lot of time, but I really appreciate your time to hop on this Instagram live with me here today. So yeah, do you have any last words to my audience and a last piece of advice that you would like to share with my audience?
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. And for people out there, wake up every day, enjoy life, because we're not here to be sad. We're here to enjoy life. We're here to wake up every day with a lot of desire and just go and attack the day and win the day and do whatever we always dreamt we wanted to do in our whole life. So be happy and enjoy life and go chase your dreams.
Okay, thank you for your advice and thank you for your time, Martin. Appreciate so much. And yeah, I wish you good luck on the new season. I hope you score a lot of goals for Barcelona. And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank
All
you for
right,
having me.
take care.
Bye.